Take my hands now, take him like they're yours. Show me what you imagine, draw it on the wall. Demons and witches, just let them fall. Let them drop on the floor. Paint the wall with pretty colors that show who you are. I've been down, girl. Yes, I've been down. I've been down before. I've been down. Sail this boat away from here, just for tonight. We won't go far away. We'll be back by first light. Meanwhile, I'll do everything, do my best to keep your smile. Girl, you're the one that I want, the one who takes my time. And I've been down, girl. Yes, I've been down. Yes, I've been down before. I've been down. So let us fall down till we feel no pain. Let us carry.
뭐야? 여기서 뭐해?